In case you're new here, I'm Ellie and this is Luke. 4 years ago, we purchased an abandoned homestead property in North Idaho and have been building an off-grid cabin ever since. Then, in July of 2024, we purchased a home on acreage, also in North Idaho, and have moved out there in hopes of creating a self-sufficient farm and homestead. Make sure to subscribe and follow along on our journey. Luke brought a couple cords of firewood home the other day and we fired up our wood stove. This is the first time we've used it since we bought the house. This thing is a beast. I had windows open, had a tank top on earlier. It was so hot in the house. I love it. And it's not very cold outside right now, so that's probably why the house is so hot. But I'm really excited for what this thing is gonna do in the winter months when it is really cold. So still kind of trying to figure out like how this is gonna work, and obviously we don't want curtains by a heat source, but I love it. And this little contraption here is helping blow the hot air around. I was nervous when we bought the house for what it was gonna be like in the winter. I don't know why. The house in Coeur d'Alene had like no insulation in the walls because it was so old, but I was nervous because the electric heating is really expensive and I didn't know if that wood stove was gonna be enough to heat the house. I think it's gonna be enough. It's hot in here right now. I'm gonna go see what Luke's doing. We've made a lot of progress on our fence. Where'd my husband go? We've made a lot of progress on our fence and I've been trying to film it when I can, but just doesn't always work out that way. There's a corner post right there. That whole, I guess you'd call it the southern end of our fence, that is done. It is strung. And so then we're working on this next. Luke went and got some bigger posts to hold up our gate. We're probably gonna have a two-part gate here. This won't be the main, I think, entrance in, but this will be like 2 6-foot gates so like I can get in and out with the horse. And then I think we'll put maybe the main gate that's big enough for like a truck and trailer to go in down there. So excited! It's been firing up the Yanny, little orphan Yanny. And man, this is sure dusty. We've been kind of doing some leveling. I don't really know what we'll do with this corner. Maybe Luke has an idea. Here's the finished fence I was pointing out earlier. Not too tight, not too loose. Goldilocks, just right. So it is a barbed wire fence. Let's see if I can. Alright, there you go. Nope. Don't focus on my hand. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so the whole fence was like that. And yes, that is on purpose. That's the fencing we wanted. It's just what we've always used. My horse knows barbed wire and knows to respect it, so I'm not worried. Like a deer or an elk busts through it and rips it down. It's pretty easy to fix and inexpensive compared to like vinyl or wood. Like a solid wood fence is really expensive. Hot wire is just, I don't really trust it to be your whole fence, and then you have to run electricity through it at all times. Some people can run a hot wire, put animals in it, keep the hot wire on for a little bit and then turn it off. However, my horse knows that trick, so he will get out. And then you just always worry, what if your animals? So it's not for us. if Cassie or whatever animals we get down the line end up learning, like some animals, the barbed wire doesn't bother them. They'll go through it, they'll go over it, they'll go under it. We might put a singular row of hot tape, probably hot wire, along the top here. But we don't have to do it. I don't want to do it. Fortunately, I'm worried one day this tree is gonna have to come down, because I'm standing where I think we'd eventually like to build some kind of like dual or triple lean-to / barn for hay storage. And I would like some stalls, but we'll work on that. I would like to put a second pasture here one day, but we're a ways away from that. This is an old, I don't know what this is. I think there's a bunch of tree stumps there, so I think they were chopping down trees and then taking the bark off, and they just left it in a pile. There's another one here. There's old garden fence fixtures. Seemed just kind of like it was a dumping ground from the previous owners. Like, this is probably old troughs for ducks or chickens. Old fence pieces. I don't know. We're still really not sure what to do with this. I think they had pigs. I don't know if I want livestock that close to my yard, but we don't really know what to do with it.
Hopefully this is the last batch of concrete and the last post I have to buy. I'm tired of digging holes and mixing concrete by hand. I think this should do it. Got 8 bags, 1 last post, and a pallet of energy logs. Never used these before. I hear a lot of good things. We're gonna use them for keeping the fire going through the night, because apparently they are equivalent to, I think, 1.5 to 2 pieces of firewood per log. They're really dense and they burn a long time. So I'm gonna see if those will bridge the gap from when we go to bed so we wake up in the morning to keep our fire going. And they're gonna be kind of a easy alternative for Ellie to use while I'm at work, so she doesn't always have to be carrying in firewood and keeping the fire stoked. So we're gonna give these a try, see how they go. About $300 for a pallet, and supposedly I think this is supposed to be the equivalent to 2 cords of quality firewood, so we'll see. Anyways, back to fencing. That took way too much work for one stupid hole. It was all rock. Look at all this. All of these bastards came out of this little hole. This is by far the worst one yet. The auger did no good. It was the pick, the post hole digger, and my hands, and my back, and my soul. Anyways.
Okay, it is a beautiful October day, and Luke's been working on the fence forever, it feels like, but today I'm going to be able to come out and help him. So we got this side done. Now we're working on the second half of the eastern side of the fence. So let's string some barbed wire.
See how smart grandpas are?
Is that a lawnmower?
Yeah, somebody's grandpa made this, probably 60 years ago. country.
Yeah, on TMZ maybe.
This is so wonky.
We are halfway done. Got this, well, a little less than halfway done. So we got these 3 strands put in. This is a little challenging because this side of the fence, it's at an angle. It's not steep, but it's just enough that the wire's not perfectly straight. Eventually we'll put a very big gate here, like however long this is. 1 gate that'll swing out. So if we ever have to like bring a trailer in for whatever reason, or a vehicle in, we can do that. Luke went and got big corner posts. In retrospect, we probably should have put these in the corners, but oh well. From Tractor Supply, it's really handy having that close by. And then in this corner, we'll put wooden fencing, and then we will continue the barbed wire down here. These T-posts were in when we bought the place, so now Luke is just going through and giving them he's giving them just a quick pound really quick to just really make sure they're in there, and then we'll keep fencing. Alright, it's time to break for lunch, so I'm gonna go inside and make some wraps. We got the top wire strung on like more than 3/4 of the north fence, so making progress.
I made so much fun of my wife for agreeing to this thing. And I must say, she was right. I use this thing so much. It is the go-to little utility chainsaw. And you just need to make, I don't know, little tiny cuts. I laughed and laughed and laughed at her. I mocked her. Again, I was the dummy. Because once again, it's coming in handy. Once again, wife, I apologize.
Alright, so I'm gonna go feed the cats. They've been not so patient little buggers all day. Kittens! Oh, look. I don't know if you just saw, you probably can't see in this, they just crawled into their house, but because I'm a fraidy cat and I'm terrified of the dark, I'm taking this with me. This is my Nunet flashlight. This thing's amazing. It's lightweight and it's so bright. I mean, look at that. Like, that's incredible. I'm like, look at this thing. This is crazy. I love it. So anyways, I always take this with me because I am such a fraidy cat. When I go outside, come on kitties, inside! So the cats will go in their bed and goes, Bandit! Inside kittens, inside! Good kitties. Bandit, come on, inside, inside! Good kitties. No, you wait. I always make them go in the house first because I want them to use the cat door that we painstakingly installed for them. Alright kitties, come. These guys go crazy for this. So you guys don't eat this. Alright, so this is what the cat room looks like at night. It's not warm. Well, it's warmer in here, but we keep the lights on 24/7. Do they sleep in here? Absolutely not. Actually, that's not true. They'll sleep in here during the day. They'll nap in here. But they definitely prefer to sleep out on the deck. Bandit, you're okay. So Maybe when it's colder, like actually colder and they don't want to be on the deck anymore, they'll move into the house, but until then, I'm not really sure.